this Sunday evening. We're right at around 6:30. Thanks for joining us on WFMY News 2, the Plus app. Wanted to give you guys the early heads up for our weather impact alert days that are going to be both Monday and Tuesday these next couple of days. You've noticed that it's kind of been getting more and more dreary these last couple of days with more clouds coming in and even a couple of isolated sprinkles these last couple of hours. But that's going to become much more widespread into the day tomorrow and throughout the day on Tuesday, which is why we have these weather impact alert days in place for you. Mainly just going to be nuisance rain, but they're going to be really scattered all day. Rounds of rain and even a couple embedded thunderstorms are going to be possible throughout the day as well. What I need you to do, go ahead and grab the rain gear, have that ready to go, have the umbrella in the back seat. You are definitely going to need it if you leave the house tomorrow. And also make sure you're driving with caution. Don't be on the roads unless you have to be. I really do expect a lot of rainfall to fall tomorrow, and with ponding alongside the roads, it really does not take much to hydroplane. Just make sure you're taking it nice and slow. Now, I brought my computer over here because I wanted to kind of storm track with you guys to show you what I'm seeing right now on the latest radar right now. Across our area, we're really not seeing that much, mainly just a lot of cloud coverage, seeing a couple of isolated showers here and there for the area, but mainly just clouds as we expected heading in throughout the day today. Wasn't going to be a washout for any of your Mother's Day plans. I still expect if you're going to dinner with mom, maybe you have some later plans in the next few hours, most of us are going to be fine. This is kind of where we're watching low pressure that's situated well to our south, currently bringing in lots and lots of moisture to portions of Georgia and also South Carolina. This is that glob of moisture that's slowly going to be making its way here by the time we're into tomorrow and into the day on Tuesday. Now, it has continued to pull moisture from the Gulf. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit so you can kind of see where it's at right now. Lots of moisture in portions of Florida as well, and even some portions of Alabama. This is this whole low pressure system, and it's kind of moving very, very slowly. It's pulling in moisture from the Gulf. That tropical moisture is going to be why it comes down so hard and why we have so much of it heading into Monday and Tuesday. So that's kind of what we have to look forward to. The good news is that it is going to be much needed rainfall across the region, at least for us in the Triad right now. Again, mainly just cloud coverage, but I'm going to kind of zoom in on some areas that are receiving a bit more rainfall, like right here in portions of Georgia, counties Bullock and Screven. You can see this flash flood warning, and I do expect that we might see a couple of these heading into the day tomorrow, just due to the amount of rainfall that it's going to be coming down with this low pressure system moving so slowly, but just continuously dumping across our area. Again, models showing up to around 2 to 4 inches for the majority of the Triad and also for most of the Carolinas as this system moves through the area. But some of those amounts could even be locally higher due to the fact that embedded storms, some of those outer rain bands, could dump more in a shorter span of time. So it really is going to be kind of our greatest concern heading into these next couple of days is going to be that flash flooding. And you can see it on the higher reflectivity here in the reds and also in the yellows, that kind of is indicative of heavier rainfall continuing to kind of push into the area. Again, I wouldn't rule out a severe storm or two for our area. Most of the ingredients are not there. However, we're going to be seeing a lot of tropical moisture in our region that we're going to have to keep an eye on. So kind of zooming in right now on us here on the satellite and radar. Again, isolated sprinkle or two possible tonight, but for the most part, most of that widespread heavy rainfall is going to begin overnight and throughout the day on Monday. So let's kind of take it from there here. This is just in the last couple of hours where we've seen an isolated sprinkle or two in Wilkes, Yadkin, and also here in Surrey and Stokes, as well as there toward Winston-Salem and Forsyth County. Most of us, though, have stayed dry. This is the flash flooding risk just for today. Again, we're kind of in that level 1 zone, really not seeing much right now, but I do know why they put this here so soon is because of that rainfall that's going to be coming overnight. You notice that level 2 that's well to our south, and that's justified. You saw all of that rainfall just as I just showed you to our south with low pressure, so certainly justified there in that 2 out of 4 risk. This is going to be our flash flooding risk heading throughout the day on Monday. This is a level 2 out of 4. We really don't see this all of that often in the area, and we do need the rainfall across the region, but you know, rain's got to go somewhere at some point. You know, our plants can only take so much, and we're really going to be seeing some possible flooding concerns with the amount of rainfall that is going to be expected both Monday and into the day on Tuesday. Now, although Tuesday is looking a little bit more dry in comparison to Monday, I think that's why they've kind of gone down and put us at a level 1 and put that level 2 risk a little bit more toward portions of northeastern North Carolina and southeastern here Virginia. But we're still in a level 1 out of 4 throughout the day on Tuesday. Definitely want to be careful and continue to watch yourself on the roadways and be cautious while you're out driving. Burlington right now, we're still in the mid to upper 60s. Really didn't get to crawl up very much today due to that low level layer of clouds that just has kind of been sitting across the area. High point, we're still in the 60s as well. Temperatures all across the board, 63 here in Asheboro, 63 also in Siler City, 66 in Winston-Salem and in Burlington, 65 in Greensboro and in Reedsville. And I did want to note that when we start to see rainfall across the area, rain is going to cool our atmosphere very, very quickly. So we may not get to see those highs get very, very high into the day tomorrow. Currently, I have mid and upper 60s, and you know, we might not even make it into the middle 60s across the area, much less upper 60s if the rain is continuing. It does this scientific term we like to call evaporative cooling across the area, where we just see that rainfall continue to come in and cool the atmosphere. And so that's another note into tomorrow. Might want to keep the rain jacket with you, also to keep you warm with the rain. Dew points across the area, mainly in the 50s and lower 60s. I don't anticipate humidity really being our biggest problem here these next couple of days. Here's that low pressure system that's just going to be barely moving in, slowly inching, I'd say, you know, turtle speed from our south, dragging this warm front across the area, mainly into the day on Tuesday. But we're going to start to see that rain become more and more likely overnight tonight and throughout the day on Monday. Multiple rounds of heavy rain, could even see some embedded storms move into the area, all in association with this low pressure system. By the time we're into Tuesday, that's when we're starting to see this warm front move into the area. And with that, we have a couple of more ingredients possible for severe weather. And we're going to have to keep a close eye on that for Tuesday. We're still going to be seeing some isolated shower chances, but there's more instability in the atmosphere for these storms to be able to be fueled and also become strong or severe across the area. But both days, regardless, we're going to have to keep a close eye on the radar, and the biggest threat is going to continue to be that flash flooding across the area. So eyes are going to be on that these next few days. A closer look on the Futurecast overnight tonight. Here comes the rainfall. Multiple rounds throughout the day. You can see these heavier pockets coming in, and I do kind of anticipate that. That's what we're going to have to be watching for when you have multiple heavier pockets moving into one specific location. That's where we start to see flash flooding, kind of an easier formation there when we have all of that rain in such a short amount of time in one specific place. Heading into the afternoon, some places, hey, you might have a little bit of break in the rain, but it's going to come back by the time we're into the afternoon and into the evening, with low pressure continuing to push in that moisture across the area. Now look at this. By the time we're into Tuesday morning, some models are showing we could even see some peaks of sunshine, but isolated showers and the embedded storms still going to be possible heading into Tuesday afternoon as well as into the evening. And as I said before, more instability, more severe weather ingredients could lead to a couple of these being strong or even severe across the area. Don't want to completely rule that out as a possible risk for us, but again, the primary risk is going to continue to be that flash flooding across the region into these next couple of days, which is why we do have that weather impact alert. So this is into tomorrow morning. We're still in the lower 60s, starting to see more scattered showers build into the area, really becoming widespread by the time you head out the door for work. Here's at around 10 o'clock in the morning, already seeing some heavier pockets across the area. We're in the mid to upper 60s at best. And notice we're kind of just sitting there in the 60s as we start to see more and more rounds of heavy rainfall continue to kind of barrel through the area. Tuesday, mainly cloud coverage at some points in time overnight, but into the morning, again, maybe even a peak of sunshine or two, but you want to keep the rain gear with you. I don't expect the rain to be quite as widespread, I would say, into the day on Tuesday, but I certainly do expect us to need the rain gear and to, of course, be careful on the roadways, because some of these isolated pockets will dump a lot in a very short amount of time. And like I said earlier, some of them are going to have more severe ingredients in them, so some of them could be strong or severe as they push through the region as well. Another thing we want to talk about is the rain potential for the next 3 days across the region. This has kind of changed just a little bit over the last week or so, but mainly right now we're seeing between around 2 to 4 inches of much needed rainfall across the area. That is a lot in the next span of the next couple of days. It's much needed, but that amount of short amount of time can be a lot for the soils, and it causes a lot of flooding and a lot of runoff. So that's another thing to kind of consider. If you have poor drainage, that's another thing to think about. Drought monitor across the area. This is going to improve. We've been watching this for the last couple of weeks. It's kind of been worsening across the Triad. We've been in abnormally dry conditions. It takes up 84% currently of North Carolina. Moderate dry conditions, that's a level 2 right here up on the scale out of 5. That's taking up 53% of North Carolina, and that's just kind of been moving into the Triad, that level 2 zone. So we have been in much need of some rain here the last several weeks. A look at our forecast planner for the day on Monday. Widespread scattered showers, embedded storms going to be likely throughout the day, mid to upper 60s. I want you to look at these pops up here. All of them going to be staying pretty elevated throughout the full duration of the day. Although not all of us may be seeing rain at one exact point in time, I think most of us are going to be seeing some rainfall pretty steadily throughout the next couple of days. And those rain chances are slowly going to die down. I've been talking about this rainfall, Claire. When is it going to get dry? It is. Eventually, but we do have to get through these next couple of days of rain. So it's going to be more of a widespread thing on Monday. By the time we're into Tuesday, still some scattered showers going to be possible, maybe even some pockets of strong or severe storms moving into the area. We'll watch for that. Into Wednesday, the system's kind of moving and dragging out of here, starting to push toward the east. At its slow pace, it's doing what it can, but we're still going to be seeing some scattered showers across the area into Wednesday, mostly cloudy, but we're going to be back in the mid to upper 70s, so a little bit warmer. By the time we're to Thursday and Friday, the sunshine has returned across the area. Low 20s for pops, mainly going to be dry for those days and also heading into next weekend. And here's that longer range outlook by the time we're into later this week, I should say. We're going to be seeing mainly dry conditions across our area. Don't really need to look at traffic for right now. Not really seeing that many not many accidents across the region for right now, but we'll take a closer look at traffic as we start to see more and more rainfall come down heading into the night tonight and also into the next couple of days. I'm going to take this graphic full here so you can take a look at our full 7-day forecast. Scattered showers again going to be possible with our weather impact alert days both Monday and also for Tuesday. Again, the main thing that we're going to be watching out for is that flash flooding risk. Showers still are going to be possible heading into the day on Wednesday, mid to upper 70s. But we're starting to dry out. Thursday and Friday mainly dry, and look at those temperatures, mid to upper 80s, still in the 80s heading into next weekend.